What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rudy Rodriguez Showmont here with another edition of Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about the content. Before we jump in on this video, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of our show, Natalie Lopez, attorney at law. When life hits hard, the law firm of Natalie Lopez hits back harder. For all of your criminal defense and family law matters, please give her a call at 954-888-8833 and follow her on Instagram at NAT. That's Nat, NAT dot guilty. Give her a call today. We appreciate you, Natalie. Her information is in the description, as is, you can see her logo on the left-hand side of the screen. Video we're about to drop today is about recruiting. We don't do a lot of recruiting stuff here, but we're going to get more into it as we get down the stretch going into signing day and in December, as well as the signing day in February. We will be jumping on board talking about this stuff. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the recruiting scene, never been a big fan of it, but you got to do what you got to do, and I got to bring you the content that you want to learn about on top of that stuff besides the program. Right now of what's going on in season, as I know recruiting is very important to so many people. Over the last few weeks, the Miami Hurricanes have made a splash in the recruiting wars. I mean, they have managed to flip a whole bunch of guys that were committed elsewhere and bring them on. The Canes currently right now have 29 commitments in this class. They're ranked 11th in the 24/7 ranking. That is the actual 247 ranking. In the composite ranking, they're ranked 10th. So in the 24/7 regular rankings, they're ranked 11th. But in the composite ranking, they are ranked 10th. Now, they have 29 commitments. They have 1 5-star, 18 4-stars, and 10 3-stars for a grade of 90.80. They do have a lot of commitments. Let's put that out there. They have a lot of commitments. Their average, though, for their commitments has them listed as 11th. So, it seems like they're 11th regardless. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 13th. They're 13th in average. So they got big numbers. So now the class has obviously in the past week, not week, but past few weeks has taken a major turn. I mean, they have picked up a number of guys who were committed elsewhere, and we're going to jump in and talk about this and show you who they are. You can learn about them and, take it from there. Let's start off right now with the following. I'm going to start it back actually in September when Miami got the flip from Frederick Saintius, who was initially committed to FAU. He decommitted from FAU in September and within 10 days had committed to the University of Miami. He goes to St. John Newman in Naples, 6'3.5", 273 pounds, defensive lineman. He has an 85 rating, 3-star athlete. Oh, I forgot what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring it up there and share it with y'all. My bad. My bad, people. This is what I want to do right here. Okay. Let's make it where it's visible. As you can see, this is his profile and his commitment. This is all courtesy of 24/7. Defensive lineman, he throws a shot put 46.42, 46 feet, 4.5 inches, 4.25 inches, 122.10 in the discus. Multi-sport athlete, total 71 tackles in 2024. Obviously, this was the first commit of many that have taken place this particular fall. So he's number one. Let's move into the other ones because these other ones are the where it gets a lot bigger. And these are the ones that I'm sure you're definitely interested in learning more about. On October October 27th, I think it was. Let me see right here the date. October 28th. That's when we got the big one. Mylan Paris out of Stowe, Ohio, Walsh Jesuit, 6'5.5", wide receiver, 205 pounds. One of the best receivers in America, ranked number 21 in the country at wide receiver with a 91 rating, 4-star athlete. This was a big get for the Hurricanes. I mean, he is a guy that brings massive levels of size. I mean, you're talking about you got a guy like him potentially on one side with a guy like Josh Moore on the other side. You're talking about a 6'4" and a 6'5", almost 6'6" type of, I mean, tandem right there on the outside. That could be a very scary situation for opponents. He had initially he had committed to Iowa State. He decommitted from them on October 7th, and he visited Miami October 25th, committed on October 28th. You can see his statistics. He got 28 passes for 597 yards and 9 touchdowns as a junior. His team went 13-1. This is a guy who, according to Andrew Evans, 4.54 in the 40, um, monster catch radius, blocking like a necessity. You know, needs to get better as anybody, but his physical size is very, very imposing. He is a guy that could become a special one for the Miami Hurricanes, and obviously a huge, huge pickup. The very next day, the Canes pick up another flip. So that was a flip. Two flips in 2 months. Then we get another flip. Keyshawn Stansel. This was a big one as well because you're taking him away from Clemson, another ACC school. 6'3", 270 pound defensive lineman out of Clayton, North Carolina. You're going into the area that Clemson recruits out of a lot. So to be able to pull him from Clemson is a big get. 91 rating, 4-star athlete. This is a guy who obviously with the Canes, they're going to need some defensive linemen. They're going to lose a lot of guys off the line. So having a guy like this who can, I mean, who knows? Maybe he can come in and play if he shows what he's got early on. Um, According to Gabe Brooks, big frame defensive line was physically gifted and displays promising movement ability relative to size. Experience aligned from the edge and inside, predominantly in a 4-man front. This is a guy who's thrown the shot put 40, almost 50 feet. As a junior, had 63 tackles, 23 for loss, 9 sacks. It's a multi-sport athlete. I mean, he possesses physical traits and athleticism of functional and versatile, verified varieties to suggest immense long-term potential as an eventual draft candidate. I mean, let's go, man. Let's get this guy in here, man. But this is a big pickup for Miami as well. And he's just, I mean, this is 3 right here. And when you continue to look at what this program is doing, when you're taking recruits that have committed somewhere else and you're getting them this late in the recruiting cycle, it's pretty likely that they're going to stick with you. They're more than likely going to stick. They're not going to flip on you. You presume they're not going to flip on you, but you're more than likely to keep them because signing day is only a couple months away. So it's coming up. It's coming up close. Now we move in to the next guy. Let me find him here. It is J.J. Dunnigan. This dude right here, 6'2" cornerback, 185 pounds out of Manhattan, Kansas, a 93 4-star, 11th ranked cornerback in the country, second in Kansas. He's the number 2 player in Kansas. He's the 11th ranked corner in the country, 99th overall nationally. He committed to Miami on November 9th. Was it 9th? Was it 9th? Yes, he committed November 9th after who was he committed to before Miami? Was it Kansas? Yeah, he decommitted from Kansas on October 27th. That's a school he'd been committed to since January. So the Canes stayed on top of this dude, found a way to get him into Miami, committed to Miami on the 9th. He visited Miami the 15th. He was here to watch Miami pulverize NC State, which is obviously a very, very good thing. He runs a 10.94 in the 100. I mean, let's go. Let's go. His high school went 12-1 when he was a junior. Statistically, I'm seeing they got the stats. He's a two-way player, 28 catches for 556 yards and 19.9 yards per catch and 5 touchdowns on offense. 65 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 6 pass breakups, 3 picks, 2 forced fumbles. He's a multi-sport athlete, an imposing defensive back with impressive play speed and a projectable frame that fits the mold of a modern boundary safety, but might also be worth a look at cornerback. We need some safeties. I mean, we're losing a couple of them. So if we can get another one that looks like Bryce Fitzgerald, and maybe he can walk in and be a dude like that, I mean, that could be very, very exciting. So this is another big pickup for the Hurricanes to get another flip right here. So that's four flips in 2.5 months. Looking at the next guy who committed the next day, I believe it was. Let me find it right here. The next day, you got DeAnthony Lafayette, 6'1" edge rusher, 230 out of Lake Nona in Orlando, an 89 grade 3-star, 34, 34th ranked edge rusher, 42nd ranked player in Florida. These are the ones where you think that maybe you're looking at guys that are lesser known players that you're able to pull from somebody else. He was initially committed to LSU in July. He decommitted from LSU on November 9th. He committed to Miami on November 10th. 73 tackles, 23.5 tackles for loss, 17 and a half sacks, 3 PBUs, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. This guy's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. Heck, this guy state qualifier in the discus as a junior, 48.4 in the shot put, 153.8 in the discus. Did he run 11.45 in the 100? That's insane. At 6'3", 6'1", 230? Yo, that's an athlete right there. That's an athlete right there. He's committed to Miami now. Now, do I necessarily see this guy as an edge rusher? 6'1", 230? I don't know. I don't think he's an edge rusher. I think this is a guy that you turn into a linebacker. This is a guy that you probably turn into an outside linebacker with work. I don't know that he's a guy that's going to play immediately, but this is at 6'1", 230. You're not going to have this guy be an edge rusher. He's too small. Like he's just too small. So, and you're not going to put him in the trenches unless he gets up to like 300 pounds, 280, 290, 300 pounds. So this is a guy that I can see probably moving out to the outside linebacker. So definitely will be interesting to see how he performs there. But another flip, bro. And these aren't flips from junky schools. These are flips from Clemson, from LSU. Like these are big time level flips. Iowa State, who won 11 games last year, solid football program. And then you move into another one we had here. Did I miss any of them? Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, so then it was then we got the Anthony Lafayette. Uh, and then we got on November 12th, pick up another commitment. This one in the form of Logan Nagel, 6'4" and a half, 280-pound defensive lineman at DePaul Catholic in Wayne, New Jersey. He's the number seventh ranked player in New Jersey, 55th ranked defensive lineman in the country, 3-star, 89 grade. Initially, he had committed to Pittsburgh. He committed to Pitt in June. Miami offered him in August. He decommitted in November, and the same day he said, "Deuces, I'm going to Dade County." Bro, I mean, these guys are doing a hell of a job recruiting because they're getting guys that could decommit and commit with like that day. That's pretty impressive. Again, now you took him from another ACC school. He's out of New Jersey. He has big size, 6'4" and a half. This guy will weigh 300 pounds. But this guy could probably end up transitioning into a defensive tackle potentially because he's just going to get bigger. He's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So look forward to seeing that one. I think that might be the final one. But the point is like these guys they've been pulling they've been pulling dudes, man, and they're getting guys to flip over from other programs, which I think is big. I don't know if they're done yet. I don't know. But there is a position of concern to me, and that is tight end. And I think they need to get a bunch of tight ends, but they don't really have any. I mean, did they have one tight end on this in this group? I don't. Yeah, they have one tight end, Israel Briggs out of Clovis, California, 6'4" and a half, 200 pounds. You might have to find someone in the portal because that's an undersized. I mean, Josh Moore is as big as this dude, if not bigger, right now. So Definitely need to find someone to play tight end next year who can be a real tight end for us. But that's there's some big stuff going on in Coral Gables. These are the guys that they have flipped over. If you didn't know about them, take a look them up, check out more information, go watch some film on them. But they're doing some work in Coral Gables, and I got to salute them on that. Never have to complain about the recruitment aspect of it because they know how to recruit over here. And it's a matter of developing them and letting them, coaching them to be the best players that they can be. Yeah, that sounds like the Army, right? But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Which one excites you the most? I'll tell you the one that excites me the most is Milan Paris. That dude excites me. 6'5" wide receiver. Bro, that's a dude right there. I want to see that guy in the field, man. You can't teach 6'5", bro. And if he gets a little bit fast, gets into that 4.4 speed, 6'5", 4.4, brother, you are in trouble. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.